It must also be said that the equipment being used is constantly being improved. We have new methods in use. And the armed forces are deploying new equipment. On your instructions, the road has been placed under special surveillance. And as of today, all the tasks before us, as well as the objectives of the special military operation, will be accomplished.
What exactly did Putin just secure in Crimea that has left Ukraine so visibly terrified? And could this quiet strategic win reshape the entire trajectory of the war ahead? Could this newly secured Russian stronghold actually be the secret reason behind why Ukraine's once deadly drone campaign is now suddenly and inexplicably fading fast? Why exactly is Zelensky choosing to stay silent on this development, now that details from Putin's private briefing on Crimea's defenses have been fully exposed to the public? Is this a hidden Russian victory hiding in plain sight, centered on a critical highway to Crimea that Ukrainian forces can apparently no longer touch or disrupt in any way? Has this key supply route feeding directly into Crimea now fallen 100% under Russian control, effectively securing Moscow's most vital logistical lifeline in the south? Have Russia's energy facilities in Zaporizhzhia now been fully protected while Ukrainian drones in the same region have been effectively neutralized, according to Moscow's own account? Vladimir Putin personally reviewed Crimea's defenses on July 20th, even as Ukraine was simultaneously expanding what has become its biggest and most ambitious drone campaign of the entire war. On that same day, Putin received a detailed personal briefing on regional security and energy protection efforts directly from the governor of Zaporizhzhia. Governor Yevgeny Balitsky assured Putin during this briefing that all energy facilities across the Zaporizhzhia region remain fully under control despite ongoing Ukrainian attacks. Balitsky described the situation in Enerhodar as difficult but controlled, noting that the region's power block is actively working to protect the city despite ongoing challenges. The governor went on to declare that the strategically vital R-280 Novorossiya highway is now under complete and full Russian military control. This critical highway physically links the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don all the way to Crimea, passing directly through territories Russia has only recently come to hold.
First and foremost, I would like to report on the socio-economic situation in the Zaporizhzhia region, particularly regarding the economy. And of course, the most pressing issue is the city of nuclear workers, Enerhodar. A difficult situation has arisen, but it is entirely under control. The enemy is currently making no headway on the front line. Perhaps I'll use a term not befitting parliamentary language. The enemy is tormenting the civilian population, destroying infrastructure, striking pharmacies and targeting settlements vital to daily life and essential services. The armed forces are taking every measure to resolve this situation today. Of course, there are no universal means, unfortunately, to counter unmanned aerial vehicles at present. None exist anywhere in the world. But the Russian Guard, the armed forces, the administration, the entire security apparatus, everyone understands the challenges currently facing Enerhodar, the city of nuclear power engineers. Unfortunately, the chief engineer of the nuclear power station, Alexander Alexandrovich, was recently killed, as I reported to you. We are focused on this and will be asking for support in this matter so that the population can fully feel our support, your support first and foremost, and the protection already provided by the armed forces of the Russian Federation. All energy facilities have been brought under control. The R-280 road, which supplies Crimea, is now under full control. And I can say, to the credit of the military first and foremost, that the effectiveness of Ukrainian drones has fallen significantly. It must also be said that the equipment being used is constantly being improved. We have new methods in use. And the armed forces are deploying new equipment. On your instructions, the road has been placed under special surveillance. And as of today, all the tasks before us, as well as the objectives of the special military operation, will be accomplished.
Meanwhile, Ukraine claimed that its drones successfully struck 7 vessels belonging to Russia's so-called Shadow Fleet on that very same day, July 20th. Commander Robert Magyar Bravdy confirmed that 3 oil tankers and 4 dry cargo ships were among the vessels hit during this coordinated strike. Bravdy explained that these strikes across both the Black Sea and the Azov Sea form part of a larger, ongoing operation codenamed Malachka. The operation's name is actually a Ukrainian acronym translating to Moscow will fall because of Crimea, reflecting its clear underlying strategic objective. Pravda also reported that 7 separate energy facilities and substations across occupied Crimea were struck as part of the same expanding operation. These attacks reportedly targeted specific substations located in Yalta, Morsk, Privetin and Lukist, spreading damage across multiple points on the peninsula. According to Pravda, a total of 103 Russian energy facilities have now been targeted by Ukrainian forces since the start of this campaign in early July. Ukraine said Russia launched one of the largest overnight missile attacks of the war against Kyiv on July 19th. According to CNN, the assault combined more than 40 missiles with around 120 attack drones in a coordinated strike. Ukraine's Air Force said Russia fired 25 ballistic missiles along with 10 Zircon hypersonic missiles during the barrage. Emergency officials said strikes hit 5 districts of Kyiv, killing 1 person and injuring at least 17 others. Russia's defense ministry, meanwhile, claimed the attack targeted Ukraine's defense industry facilities and military logistics sites. Ukraine also said a Russian strike destroyed nearly 250,000 books after hitting the warehouse of publishing company Niholov in Kyiv. Kharkiv also came under fresh missile attack after strike hit a Nova Poshta logistics terminal. Officials said 4 people were killed and at least 19 others were wounded in the Kharkiv attack. Authorities also reported casualties in the Kherson, Donetsk, Sumy, Zaporizhzhia and Odessa regions. A Russian drone also struck a passenger train in Zaporizhzhia, injuring the train's conductor. Ukraine's navy said a Russian missile struck the grain ship Golden Leo in the Black Sea. Officials said 5 people were killed while another 5 remain missing following the strike on the vessel.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.